Hi, and welcome to Ashley Renee Speaks, where we talk about pretty much everything. I mean, I'm not doing this because I'm perfect. I'm not doing this because I have a lot to say. I'm just doing this because it's something near and dear to my heart. Um, if anybody has ever known me or met me, I've never been a talker. I've been more of an observer in my life. But later on in life, I realized I had a lot to say, right? Um, I've experienced a lot. Um, I've gained a lot of wisdom in my experiences. And I feel like people um, should talk about their experiences, right? So I'm not here to just, I'm not perfect at all. If anybody has watched any of my other videos, my mouth is like filth sometimes. It's like filth. But I've been working on that too. I've been working on that. But tonight, on episode 1 of Ashley Renee Speaks, we're going to talk a little bit about trauma bonding, right? If anybody's ever heard of it, you can trauma bond with people in your life. From being a child to an adult, trauma bonding is trauma bonding. Doesn't matter what age you are. So I have my laptop right here because I can say like things off the top of my head that I feel like they mean or give my own definition for them. But I want to anytime that I come on or I post an episode and it's a topic, I'm gonna do my research behind it. We're gonna go off of what I researched, and then people can comment whatever. It doesn't matter. But I'm gonna go off the definition of what trauma bonding is. I've heard many definitions of this, but I'm gonna go off the definition of what it means first, and then go from there on what I feel like trauma bonding has been for me in my life, in my experiences with people. So, all right. So I pulled it up on my laptop. Okay. Trauma bonding is a psychological response to abuse. It is when a person forms a deep emotional attachment with someone that causes them harm. This bond is created by a repeated cycle of abuse and positive reinforcement. The abused person may feel a connection to their abuser and develop sympathy for them. Trauma bonding can occur in any relationship with a pattern of abuse. So, um, the first thing I hear with that when I read the definition of a trauma bond is me enabling someone or anyone else enabling someone to be physically or mentally abusive to them, right? So I'm saying this has been a topic for me because I have teenagers. I have a teenage daughter. Um, it's very important to me that my kids understand certain things when it comes to liking someone or dating someone. So currently, hope she doesn't care about me using her. But it's a big deal for me. My daughter is 17 years old. She likes someone. She calls herself having a boyfriend now, right? This is her first little boyfriend. Um, am I okay with that? Um, I'm on the fence, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel like um you can base relationships off of your trauma. And I feel like for me, I did that at a young age. Um I dealt with abandonment issues. Um, and I feel like I was always looking for that, um, some kind of like stable male relationship, right? So, if anybody knows me or my life or my situation, my daughter hasn't had her father in her life for about 13, I don't know, about 13, almost 14 years, right? She's had a stepdad. She doesn't have a stepdad anymore. I am divorced. So my daughter can, I pray to God every day that, nothing like this happens. But we have to be aware with our children, and we have to let our children know about things like this, because I believe th- this was me. I opened myself to relationships that didn't necessarily completely fulfill me, and it was just because I was always missing something with inside myself, that caused me to bond in relationships with people that didn't fully value me, but I say all this to say, like, conversations need to be had, with children these days. I feel like these days kids really are, learning a lot of things on social media that, they should be learning at home. And I am not, it is hard, to be able to sometimes sit down and have those conversations with your children, because in this day in society, we're too busy trying to make ends meet to make it from point A to B, So by the time that you're done with your day, sometimes you're too exhausted to even have those conversations with your kids, because you're just happy that you're able to put a roof over their head, to support them. But I've been having these conversations, right? And I'm not for kids or teenagers dating. Um, I'm really not. But I know that it's something that's going to happen, right? But I don't necessarily have to be okay with it. Her little boyfriend came over the other night, and he's already had like a small little encounter, where I goes off. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids know, like, if I will go off, and he's well aware of that. So he came in and he held his hand out, and I almost shook his hand off, you know. Almost shook his hand off, because even though I'm a mother and I'm a woman, I will still beat you up. Yeah. And then tell your parents I did it if you F over my daughter. Because these days, kids, it's not a simple F over, you know. Things are more mental, right? Remember, like, a couple of years ago on TikTok, it was a little girl that killed herself because the boy broke up with her, and didn't want to talk to her anymore. Like, then she gets, insecure because she's wondering why. No, no, it's not happening here. It's not happening here. Because I know how that feels. And I know you will feel rejected. And because she hasn't had her father here, that can open wounds for her to feel that way, to cause insecurities, to feel rejected. And I promise you, my daughters won't feel that way, because I'm going to teach them. I want to teach them a lot, especially before they actually start getting attached to people. So that's really important to me. But we can trauma bond with people, and it's a real thing. And kids are starting to do it because somewhere along the line they're missing something. You can be a parent and be home all the time, but your kids still run into these issues, and you just don't understand why. Um, and I believe that's when it's time to go to church, because um, there's just a lot going on out here. Even if you go outside, like I was outside today, and this week the energy's been very heavy, and it's just, you just feel it. The weight of the world is on people's shoulders, just to survive, just to maintain a certain lifestyle. Prices have went up. Gas actually was cheaper the other day. I haven't even realized because it doesn't even matter sometimes because whether it's $3 or $4, the damn car still needs gas. So some of that just goes out the window. But anyways, it was 2.89 at Murphy's. But yeah, it's just like a lot of things. It's sad though. It's sad, but as long as we're sharing and being positive and letting people know that, like, in our children too, because they feel that stuff too, letting them know that it's light at the end of the tunnel, right? We're supposed to have faith in the things that we do not see, um, and have faith in the things that we seek. It's a lot of things like what I'm doing right now. Do you know how many interruptions I've had? Like, even in the past week, like, I'm like, it's just so much happening sometimes at one time. I was insulted today, by someone, that shouldn't even be insulting me. Like really, is me being the bigger person is like what I'm going to continue to be because I know at the end of the day, as long as I'm the bigger person, as long as I'm quiet, I say to myself, and I continue to believe, then you know nobody can really affect me. Um, and I try my best to allow that. So, this is just a little spill of me. And there will be more of this because I want to be a positive light to someone. I don't know who it's going to be. I pray to God every day, every night, that I'm able to be a voice to someone. I mean, we all need it. A lot of people don't, a lot of us wear this facade and this, we walk around like, things are just great. And sometimes in the inside, we're all fighting this private battle that, you know, we could share. And if we share it, then it might be a little less weight on us if we just share it. I go through my own battles. I'm healing every. Sometimes it gets on my nerves. I'm healing every week. Every week. I'll be like, God, okay, like, can I get a break? Like, I might get like a week break and then something triggers me and I'm working through that. But the fact of the matter is, I know how to work through it. Like, I've been through enough things in my life to know how to work through certain triggers and things that trigger me. Um, but yeah, as long as we know how to work through them, we're all able to heal ourselves by the grace of God. And, as long as we believe or continue to believe in His word, then we gonna make it. We gonna make it. And everybody that has a testimony, speak it. Speak your testimony. I got a big one, and I'm not gonna share it tonight, because this is not gonna be this long. I'm not gonna share it tonight, but I've been through a lot of things. I've seen a lot of different things. I've been through a lot of different things that, people can look at me on the outside and be like, she ain't been through nothing. Yeah, I'm glad I look like I ain't been through nothing. Because yeah, that means a lot. People walking around looking good and you've been through hell and back, that's a blessing. Because a lot of people, what, baby? You want to get up here? If you're walking around looking like you ain't been through nothing, thank the Lord. Because I could like not ever look like my week. That'd be great. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a bit about that with your kids. Like, um, be careful, unless You know, there's no, I don't believe in kids intertwining energies and things yet. I really, 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 really don't. You can really trauma bond with somebody because it's out there. Everybody's been through trauma, you know? And the things that I went through in silence, like around her age or maybe a little bit older, and my mom didn't know about, I wouldn't dare want her to go through it. Because we hide things. I hid things, you know? I hid things. So I feel like it's be very cautious with your children and who they're spending their time with, not even just in relationships, but friendships too. Because the way the world is today, even the kids are evil. And then sometimes they can come from mom and dad homes. That don't mean nothing either these days to people. Nothing. Like what are people's morals? What do people love and enjoy? Like people are so money driven, materialistic. It's like people have these blinders on. But my morals matter. I don't care what anyone says. You have to have morals in this world, and they have to matter. Because if not, who are you? Who are you? How do you gain that respect from other people? What is your value if you don't have morals? You don't, I don't feel like you have any. You know, a lot of people are just around here not knowing their worth, not having morals, not caring, just living. We have to live for something. If nothing at all, it has to be something. So, Ashley has spoken. Um, I think this is going to be amazing. And I hope everyone has a great Saturday and continue to enjoy the rest of your day. It's beautiful out. It's about fall. Felt amazing today. It was actually, it scared me. It was very cold when I walked out the door this morning and stood there for a second and thought about if I wanted to go get a sweater. And I was like, nah, I'm cool. I was cool. But yes, everybody have a good. My doggy just wanted to come and sit on my lap. For a minute, I didn't think she knew who I was because she was looking at me like I was crazy. Guess she want to go to sleep. Okay, well, happy Saturday. Hope everybody has an amazing day. I said that I don't know how many times, but I'm about to end this video. God bless. See you later. Good night.